All right, so this is the first box that we got in from the Temu order, and it is supposed to be pawpaw tree, a plum tree, plum bonsai, let me correct myself, and then a pink lemonade blueberry. I'm a little suspicious.
I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious.
Just simply due to the fact that all of that is in a box this big, supposedly. I have my doubts. The other interesting thing is that this came from Louisiana, and I thought it was funny that on the actual purchase it said that it was a local order. I guess it is technically local compared to ordering it from China. So let's open this thing and see if or I guess what I'm thinking is how badly I got scammed. And we'll go from there. Alright, so there is a tree in here. Oh. Interesting. Okay. I guess they technically did not lie. So, this box, come to y'all. It is just a thing of soil, it looks like, and they have wrapped all together. So they have wrapped everything in one. So there's the sweet plum that is supposedly a bonsai tree. I don't think it is. I think it's just a plum tree. A pawpaw, which is looking a little sad, to say the least. And it doesn't say what type of pawpaw it is. And then my pink lemonade blueberry, which actually doesn't look that bad. It's green. My only concern is it's very young for what I bought all of these for. So the overall price for these three was $56.14 including shipping. And at least for the pink lemonade blueberry, that sort of sucks because I mean it's roughly 20 bucks each. I could have probably bought this at a local nursery for cheaper than that, and it looks a lot better than this one. Pawpaw, I'm sure I could have got something that actually looks alive. Like the top of this looks like it has frost damage. And then the sweet plum is the only thing that actually looks tall, and maybe it will survive, but it's got weird prune cuttings that just don't make any sense to me. So yeah, off to a weird start. We'll see how the rest go whenever they get here. It's supposed to be a 2-day delivery, and this is the 4th day. So we'll see. All right, so I was going through the box, and at the bottom I noticed this little package. And what's interesting is that it says the company is CZ Grain, but on Temu it definitely said a different name. On top of that, I mean, it obviously makes sense. They ship dormant plants with no leaves, so some of the stuff that I saw earlier may not actually be dead, although it does look like some of the wood is definitely dead. And it talks about how to take care of a bonsai tree, which I'll be interested to see if my plum tree is a bonsai. Obviously, most things you can make into somewhat of a bonsai just based on how you trim it. But it is interesting to see they shipped this little pamphlet along with it to just talk about how to take care of it, the light, training. So that is pretty nice, but it is weird that it came from a completely different company and it's talking about a bonsai tree. when none of these trees should be bonsai trees, but we'll see. All right, and we're back. I got some more of those Temu plants that I'm sure are going to be just as great as the other ones, but we'll see. This one came in 2 days after the previous package, so obviously not the 2 day delivery that they said, but that's all right. It also came from Florida, so that's good news in my opinion, just because it did come from China once again. But on top of that, it also said local. Obviously, Florida's not local. I don't live in Florida. I live in Texas. But we'll open this. This one is not supposed to be so much more outdoor plants. It's supposed to be indoor plants. It's just a variety pack. It's supposed to be 5, but once again, it's a pretty small box and it's pretty light. So let's open this thing and see what's in here. All right. Oh, it's actually not as bad as I fully expected, to be honest. It's a little snake plant. I know that one. I don't know a lot of indoor plants, but I do know that one. So that one's actually not that bad. It's just very small. And then it looks like something I have no, like, mini bamboo, maybe? I'm not quite sure. They're in some small pots though, but they are all green, so that's good. All right. And then I've these fake? No. I thought they were fake for a little bit, but I think they're real. They just look. No, they're real. They've got that stuff. So this one looks like it's in pretty good shape too. It's definitely doing all right. Then I have no idea what this plant is. I don't know, but man, they all just feel fake. They're definitely live. They just feel fake. And then whatever this plant is, I can promise you though, it is not what was on the order. I'll put the order somewhere on the screen, but this was supposed to be a. Oh no, it was supposed to be 4, and it was supposed to be a variety or 3-inch tropical plant variety bundle. I paid $20 for these, about 25 after with shipping, and it's definitely not the pots that they were supposed to come in, but it is definitely the bundle. Yeah, interesting. It doesn't list what they're all supposed to be. I just bought it because it was a 4-pack. But yeah, I mean, they're in pretty good shape as long as they're real, which I think they are. They just seem very, very fake. But there's dead limbs and everything, or there's dead leaves on here, so I think they're real. I just don't know houseplants that well. So everything looks good in this package, actually. I mean, I don't know how much houseplants cost, but to me, I mean, snake plant and 3 other plants that I have no clue what they are. They're all healthy. They're all, I mean, the pots that they're in are in good containers. For seedlings, obviously, they'll have to be transplanted, but overall, they look really good for $20. Now, obviously, these may all be worth like $5 for the whole thing, but pretty cool overall. Just a package, but yeah, came in this little box, and I think this one's actually pretty decent just because they're all alive compared to the fruit trees that we bought earlier that were alive, but probably a little disappointing overall. So, yeah, the next package should be coming in hopefully tomorrow or the next day. It has been shipped. but we'll see what happens when it gets here. All right, we're back. I have the last package from Temu. I bought these on February 14th. It is now February 26th. So obviously that 2-day ship time did not apply to these. It also said that it was a local once again. Local was from California. So I'm pretty positive this was not a local address. Unless they just mean that it wasn't Chinese once again or from Asia. I paid $18.28 for this package, and it's supposed to be a package of 4 succulents. It's just supposed to be random ones, so we'll see what we get. It is interesting because, once again, the box is rather small. I know succulents aren't the biggest things in the world, but I really didn't expect them to come in a box so small. So I'm interested to see. Oh, this is already got soil leaking out, so okay, this is upside down. Okay. Yeah, it looks like lots of soil has been displaced. So that's what it looks like after I open the box. It has some sort of thing in it, the information panel, and plenty of soil everywhere. Some packaging. Oh, these actually don't look too bad. It's just that they are. Let me see if I can get it to show you. I don't know if you can see how well. They are extremely packed in there for how small they are. I think what the best option to do is to flip this thing upside down. So like this, shake them out. There's one. There's 2. Wow, that is a lot of soil on my table now. Great. There's 3. This one looks a little beat up. Yeah, so these don't look that bad. They look like they definitely need to be repotted and taken care of. But I don't know if you can see. I'll sort of bring you over here for a face down view. But they don't look that bad. They don't look great, but they definitely don't look that bad. This one is the one that looks a little weak. You can see there's a wilted leaf on it, but it still, overall, it doesn't look that bad for a 4-pack of succulents. I don't know what I really expected, just because I'm not a succulent guy. I don't care about those plants. I really bought them for my wife. So overall, would I suggest you buy plants from Temu? No. The succulents you can buy from your local nursery, and with how small these are, I'm sure you could get them for less than $20 for all 4 of them. And they're going to come in a little bit better condition than these. Houseplants, sure. I don't really know how much houseplants are. I don't think they cost as much as I paid to have them shipped. And for the actual plants that I was really curious about, being the sweet plum, the blueberries, and the pawpaw, no. These, once again, I paid about $20 each for all 3 of these, so $60 total. And the blueberry especially, I know because I bought one, or I bought another one recently, different variety, but it was $20 and it is massive. I mean, it's 5 times the size of this little stick. Pawpaws, I don't really know. I know pawpaws take forever to actually grow. And the sweet plum is so small, it's really not worth the $20. You can go and buy an actual plum tree from Lowe's or your local nursery for $40, $30, and it's going to be a ton better off than this one. And it's also going to be a lot larger than this one. This one has some dead branches. It looks like it's been pruned sort of weird, which is interesting to me. So yeah, I mean, overall it was cool to see what I was going to get. but I wouldn't do it again. I highly suggest you just go to your local nursery. They'll be able to help you out a ton more, especially if you don't know what you're doing, and they'll sort you out. But yeah, overall, it was a fun project, but I definitely wouldn't do it again. All right, so it's been about 3 weeks to a month since I bought all those plants off of Temu. I wanted to give you guys an update. Believe it or not, none of them were fake like I originally thought. But so the succulents, this is the only one that we kept, but all of them actually ended up doing just fine. We either gave them away or just kept this one. And then the houseplants that we got, as you can see, they're all doing really well. This one, there is a little bit of leaf burn. You can see just right there. And that's totally my fault. It had nothing to do with the plants and how they arrived. I left these guys in those pots that they originally came in for way too long just because I thought they were originally fake. At least the house plants that came in. And now we went ahead and up-potted them, and they're doing just great. I'll go ahead and put a photo of the trees that I bought. The blueberry, the pawpaw, and the plum. The pawpaw, I'm pretty positive is dead. I'm gonna keep it, but the plum has exploded and looks great. The blueberry is slowly growing, but growing nonetheless. Now, one thing I will say with the pawpaw is usually they do not move very well. So it's not surprising to have a pawpaw tree die. So that's totally fine. If I had to guess, it's just one of the chances that this one actually didn't survive. But I'm actually pretty impressed with everything that I ordered, seeing as I totally thought they were all going to be scams. Now, would I suggest you buy them off Temu? Sure, if you want to get random house plants and a couple of trees that you want to test and they're relatively cheap, go for it. But if you know what you want, no. It's still crazy on there how many of them just call them bonsai trees and just other things. It's really difficult to find out what you want. I would still highly suggest going to a local nursery, but overall, if you wanted to test it out for like 60 bucks, you could definitely get a bunch of cool different succulents, houseplants, trees, whatever. Just know you're not going to get necessarily what you order or anything spectacular, I'll put it that way. But yeah, overall, I think this is a pretty cool experiment, and I think it was cool for the 60 to 80 bucks that I spent. But yeah, if you guys liked it, go ahead and leave a like, and if there's any questions, go ahead and ask them in the comments, and I'll try to answer as many possible. Besides that, you have a great day.